What is going on, guys? It is Knives here, and today I'm going to be rolling and smoking a joint with these Rizla Crushball filters. So if you live in the UK, I'm sure you've heard that rolling a joint with a cigarette filter won't get you high because the filter will actually filter out all of the THC, so you're basically just wasting your weed. I don't know if this is a thing in other countries, but I know that it's definitely here in the UK. You just don't roll joints with cigarette filters. Today I'm going to be testing that theory with a Crushball filter. Now, when I smoked, I've never been an actual smoker, full time, but there was a period in my life when I was very, very depressed and I smoked a little bit. I used to smoke Sterling Juul. Now, I'm pretty sure that they don't sell pop filter cigarettes anymore. I don't even think they do menthol anymore, but I'm not sure because I haven't smoked cigarettes in many, many years, since 2016. But yeah, when I did, I smoked the Crushball ones, so I wanted to test it out with those. I'm also using the Crushball filters because if you've ever smoked a King Palm with the flavoured filter, they have Crushballs in the tips. And I was just curious, really. So believe it or not, I'm not high right now. I have smoked, but that was a little bit earlier, about 2 hours ago. I've showered and I've eaten since then, so I'm not high right now. So this is a pretty accurate representation of whether or not smoking with a cigarette filter will get you high. So before I go roll it up, I'm just going to go ahead and get one out and show you what it's all about. They look like normal, everyday cigarette filters. So I'm just going to go ahead and take one out the top. Just a normal, extra slim cigarette filler tip. I'm going to see what it tastes like, just dry. Doesn't taste like anything, so I'm going to go ahead and pop it. Move it around a little bit, make sure it's all nice and popped. And already you can feel the menthol on that, so I'm kind of looking forward to this. I don't want to waste my weed in case it doesn't work, but if it does work, this could be a game changer. So I'm going to go ahead and roll up a joint right now. So there's our joint all rolled up. Now, I will admit that this is not the nicest looking joint. A, because the filter's really, really small. I find it really hard to roll with such a small filter. And B, I don't usually tap my joints down with a pokey stick. What I usually do is tap them on the table and make sure they're all nice and compact. And then I grab the edge of the paper and I just kind of shake it. But you can't do that with these, as I found out, because the tip just flies out the end of it. So that's why it doesn't look as good as usual. I'm not saying that all my joints usually look good, because believe me, they don't, but this one's just not very good in my opinion. But let's just go for it. I'm kind of excited to see if this works or not. Cheers, guys. Initial thoughts, much tighter draw than just a normal paper rolled roach. I don't mind a tight draw though. Usually my joints have quite a tight draw because I like to pack them together really, really packed. I don't really like a loose joint. Not a lot of flavour. I've got a mix of grapefruit and UK runts in here. The grapefruit has a really, really strong taste. It's really, really pungent. And I'm getting a little bit of that. But what I'm getting that's surprising me is it's mainly runts flavour in here. The grapefruit is a dominant flavour. I've been mixing these two strains quite frequently in my joints, and the grapefruit is always the dominant flavour. But in this, the runts is the dominant flavour. And I chose two nugs that were pretty much the same size, one of the grapefruit, one of the runts, so it was the equal 50-50 ratio. And yeah, I just find that really, really interesting that the runts is the dominant flavour in this. There's not much flavour at all though. Burning really, really slowly. Keeping with the Rizla theme, I rolled this up with the silvers. I haven't been using these. I recently made a video where I compared the top 4 Rizzlers to each other to see which one was the best. If you want to check that video out, I'll put a link on screen now. So the moment of truth, guys, I'm going to pop the Crushball. I'm going to see if we get a menthol joint. That was really disappointing. It didn't make the click sound. I felt it just kind of give. But let's really mush it around, make sure that it's nice and mentholy in there. Let's go. And that is a menthol fucking joint, guys. You can see as I hit it that the drawers really opened up. As for flavour now, it's really, really weird. It's like, it's runtsy, but it's icy at the same time. I don't think I like that. And it's definitely burning a lot faster now. I've smoked about maybe a third to halfway down. I feel something. It might just be a little bit of placebo. I don't feel as high as I usually would smoking the amount of the joint that I've smoked. Usually when I'm on my own, I don't smoke a full joint. You can call me a pussy if you need to, but I just don't need to smoke a full joint when I'm by myself. Sometimes I will, but 9 times out of 10, I'm rolling a joint of this size and I'm smoking about half of it, putting it down and coming back to it in an hour or so. This, I feel I could smoke all the way down and just feel like I feel high, but it's not nowhere near where I should be. So on that note, I'm going to take one more hit of this. I'm going to put it out and I'm going to put the rest in my bong because I feel like this is definitely a waste of weed. So my joint is out. I smoked about half, maybe just over half, and I definitely feel high, but I definitely do not feel as high as I should feel. This could 100% be a placebo and I might not be high at all, or I could be just as high as I usually am, but in myself I don't feel like I am as high as I usually am, but I do definitely feel a little bit high. My theory is the Crushball in the middle of the filter opened up an airway to allow more of the smoke to pass through the actual filter, meaning that maybe less THC got filtered out, or I could just be chatting utter bollocks. I'm not a scientist, I don't know. But yeah, the weed and the mentholness of the Crushball definitely didn't mix. Maybe a different strain would mix better with the flavour, but I've got 2 fruity strains and they definitely do not mix with the Crushball iciness. If you smoke cigs and you like the Juul cigarettes with the Crushball that they don't make anymore, well, they do make them in like cigarillo style, but I don't smoke, so I don't really care. But if you like Crushball cigs and you can't get them anymore and you've moved to rolling your own, definitely try these Rizzler Polar Blast. But if you're using them for joints, just don't fucking bother. It's really, really not worth it. It's definitely a waste of money. You won't get as high. It doesn't taste good. Yeah, just give it a miss, man. These are getting... I feel like I can't rate them fairly. If you smoke cigs, bang on. If you're smoking joints, don't bother. Just don't buy them. There's no point. Maybe once as a novelty to try out. You know, try everything once, but menthol joints are a no-no for me. This was stupid. Don't try this. But if you liked it, leave a like. Subscribe for more videos, and peace.